Hi everyone. I'm so sorry it took me so long to get this reading up. I do want to start by saying that, I've done this a few times already. This is my final time. I have planned it really well. There's some intense messages. I do need to preface this by stating that these are general readings, okay? Not all the information necessarily will apply to your situation. Use your intuition. I've called on your guides and angels, mine as well, and those of your partners and all of our higher selves. So I hope to get the right information to you on such a heavy subject. Well, I don't want to say heavy, intense, okay? But you can't blame me for what happens in your marriage, basically, is what I'm trying to say, okay? Pile 1 is Diopside. Black Star Diopside helps you see both sides of life. Between the veil. What's real, what's not real, what's physical, what's not physical. Also helps you to release negative emotions through your base chakra. This is Black Tourmaline. Protects from negative energies. It's a good go-to for that. Dravite helps integrate the shadow side. And a Hypersthene heart helps balance the emotions. I also channeled a song for each of these piles. I haven't seen the cards yet. It'll be interesting to see which piles I tell the song to. There's one that I'm hesitant to tell, but it definitely gives me an idea of the energies, which help me choose the stone. So based on which pile your eye goes to first, as well as the properties of the stone, choose your pile. We're also going to use numerology and look at the bottom of the deck energies, okay? Because I really want to make sure you get the right message for such a life-altering reading, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Black Star Diopside. I'm going to start with your song. I absolutely do want to tell you. Your channeled song is Are You Mine by Arctic Monkeys. A song I'd never heard before and I really enjoyed. Listen to it, okay? It's going to help you. Yes, your partner is faithful, but they're not happy, okay? You feel like a very powerful queen, whether you're a guy or a girl. And really, this is how your partner sees you. It's like they worship you. They think you're so powerful. It feels like I just heard they kind of place you above them. Another message, keep in mind the way you speak to them and treat them. Maybe even pay more attention to how you speak to them and treat them. Because you may be doing things you're not aware of that kind of perpetuate this idea, which is something we all do. Sometimes people, the way that they view themselves, that energy, we feel it and then we act on it without even realizing it. The king, so your Queen of Wands, your partner, whether a guy or a girl, is the King of Cups and the King of Swords reversed. So it's like a lack of mental clarity and a lack of emotional fulfillment and balance. Another thing I'm drawn to is the image on the King of Swords, how she is worshiping him, and this is reversed. I think it's like he wishes that you would feel the same way about him as he does about you. Or they, okay? They wish. They just think you're so sexy. I just heard that. They just think you're so sexy. The image also calls to me in this card. This is the Eight of Pentacles. instead of interpreting the Rider-Waite version, which is like working really hard, it's like a hard worker working pinnacle after pinnacle. Pentacles are material. So working hard in the material realm. It's like, I'm drawn to the image. Your partner is the one holding the rose, and then you're the one kind of drinking your tea or coffee and like looking away. Like they're making gestures that you're not seeing or accepting, or it's like they want to, but they're like too scared and timid. But there's definitely a need for work in this marriage. Like I said, they are faithful. The Six of Wands is a really good sign here. Not only do they feel like they've won the lottery with you, I just heard that. Like they feel very lucky, but I'm also getting the message from this card that this playfulness needs to be returned to your marriage. It's become too heavy. The dynamic between the two of you has become too heavy. There needs to be like a return to innocence, playfulness. Like the image in this card. I think you can initiate that. You know, wear something sexy and then be like, oh, come get me. You know what I mean? And so it'll give them, you know, a sense of power that you're giving to them. And they'll really appreciate that. This is also a very victorious card. I do want to read out of the book. So, Six of Wands, touching, the magic of the hare and the dove. Growing closer, growing apart, deluding, confirming. Every game of pleasure must end, and doubts must be dispelled. Huh. I know there's a message in here. I mean, that really plays into what I've been saying, but okay, touching. The magic of the hare and the dove. Growing closer, growing apart, deluding, confirming. Yeah, because your partner is feeling kind of deluded in their self-confidence. So you need to confirm that for them. Confirm they have you. Here we go. This is another card that it goes with this. See how it's very similar? There's an offering, but in this one, she's accepting it. So you need to move your relationship. I'm not saying you necessarily. Your relationship needs to move from the image in this card where she's looking away, not interested, to like a receptive, open hand. I think you both actually need to work on this. And like an equal balanced give and take also. Where you're both giving and you're both receiving and you're both open to both, if that makes sense. Knight of Pentacles also. This isn't just gonna happen overnight, okay? I wish there was a quick fix for everyone to fix their lives and be happy. But we, you know, the good things, the important things often take a lot of work. This is the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slow and steady knight, which confirms like long haul success. So your marriage will last. I mean, I'm feeling like your marriage will last as long as this can change. The Page of Swords reversed. This is what confirmed for me that they're not cheating. The fact that this energy came out reversed. Don't ask me why. It was your confirmation. I mean, Page of Swords is like a young mental energy. It's like an immature mental energy. Or it can be like a new idea. But based on the imagery and the fact that it came out reversed, considering it was like a young energy, I was like, oh yeah, no, it's not even something to worry about. Because cheating is like immaturity, in my opinion. Instead of addressing your problems, you go off and do something else. You know what I mean? So that's how I read this card. Yeah. You got your song. Black Star Diopside is a stone you may want to invest in. It was really helpful for me in releasing a lot of negative emotions. I slept with it under my pillow. And Three of Swords reversed is the bottom of the deck energy. I'll show it to you upright. So this is like heartbreak reversed. It's like you don't have anything to worry about. Like this isn't a message that's going to break your heart. Like this is basically like helping you to come out of that like worried loss energy. You didn't lose your significant other. It's just you guys have some confusion, some mental emotional fog that needs to be addressed. There needs to be more of a balanced give and take. Your partner needs to feel more empowered. And instead of putting you on a pedestal, you both should be on a pedestal together. You know, a platform together. I don't know. That just came to me. Let's do some numerology. 4 and 6. So 4 is grounded, a grounded energy. Reminds me of the Knight of Pentacles, that slow and steady. Pentacles are earth, you know, pentacles are material. 4 is grounded, like grounded in the earth. So I see those as being like one and the same. Also, I tie the 4 to the Hanged Man because the Hanged Man looks like a 4 upside down. The need for a new perspective. Okay. And 6. Different readers interpret 6 differently. I think for you, 6 is karmic. Your relationship is very intertwined with the dynamic that society is shifting out of, like the power dynamic. But in the sense, it's like, I'm just going to say it how I'm feeling it. It's the wounded feminine placing themselves on a pedestal because how they've been hurt by the masculine. You know, punishing men for what's been done to us for millennia. I'm not saying that you necessarily do these things, but the dynamic present in your relationship is reflective of the wounded feminine in society. This could be a paradigm that you picked up from your mother, from your family, from your friends, or this could just be a paradigm that is in the mind of your partner. Okay, so do you understand like how I'm kind of giving you like different ways that this could manifest in your relationship? I'm not like making this a personal judgment like you're doing it. Okay, I hope that's coming across. But I do see it as that. And it needs to shift the way that society needs to shift into the masculine and the feminine being on the same footing, each having their own power, different but equal. And that's very possible for your marriage, and it will set the example that is very necessary in this change for society. Okay. Whoa. There you go, pile 1. Overall, very positive. 2. The Black Tourmaline. All right, pile 2. Your channeled song, it took me a minute. But it ended up being Vampire Weekend White Sky. Another song I had never heard before, like pile 1, which is really beautiful and actually my favorite of the 4. Definitely listen to it. There's some messages in there for you. Oh, well, let me just double check before I deliver this message. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, you have a lot of cards. I think you're the pile with the most cards, so it's going to take me a minute. Okay, yeah, so that's confirmed. No, they're not going to cheat on you. I already got the messages before I even saw the cards, and I didn't see the cards until now. But I wanted to double check before I delivered that message. Okay. There are other issues, though, that we're going to address here, okay? There's a potential for a new beginning in your marriage, okay? The Fool is light, fresh, free, ready for the next adventure. Bags packed light. And this is upright. I feel like this is like where you're at. Like you have a fresh perspective in life. You're at some type of beginning. Maybe personally. Which is going to be very helpful to create fresh energy in your marriage. Okay, you also got the 5 of Wands. Watching, the magic of the jug with 3 ribbons. Good luck and happiness are not always and only for ourselves, but can be passed on to others, expecting that someone will give them to us in the future. That is so beautiful because it goes with what I was just saying. So it is a personal new beginning that you have. Congratulations. Those are the best. So another message that's coming in is like you have a lot of good luck and happiness on your side, but maybe your partner isn't exactly in that place in their life personally. Feels like maybe they're a little envious. And try to forgive them, sometimes that happens. Yeah, I just get that from the image in the card. But also another message is, like the book said, it can be shared, Try to find ways to share your success with them. Okay. Which leads me to the 9 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles. So they see you doing really well, and yeah, I mean, I have to admit, I'm sorry, it's not like a good thing. Sometimes I kind of giggle to lighten up the energy. And also a giggle when there's synchronicities in the messages, because that's a beautiful thing. This is the 9 of Pentacles is like someone sitting alone and being surrounded by abundance that they created for themselves, that they're enjoying for themselves. And it's like in this 9 of Pentacles, I feel like she's the one, and he's like trying to cut off a little piece of her hair, which is why it kind of furthers that message. Like he just wants to be happy too, is what I'm hearing. And in this picture, you see it's like he or she, I'm sorry, your partner. I go off the images in the photo or in the drawing. In the art, I love these. It's like he's trying to get her interested, or he's interested in her, and he thinks so highly of her, but she's like sleeping. She like doesn't even know that that's happening. So I think that maybe you just haven't been aware that this is how they feel. And also it's like, it's hard to admit that to your partner, It's a matter of pride. Especially if your partner is masculine in nature, like even if they're a woman who's really masculine or a guy that's really masculine, it's even harder. Pride is like a big thing for masculine energy. Yeah. Okay. So, this is the 9 of Wands and the Rider-Waite Tarot, which is like final battle. You're weary, but you're going to fight that final battle. So it's not exactly that, but it's similar in the sense that like this is like the final battle to like create harmony and balance and restoration of passion and partnership in your marriage. Oh, that was good. I like the way that came out. This is the conversation that needs to be had. The image here. And based on your song, feels like you're both very old souls. Feels like you're either soulmates or twin flames. And you serve a higher purpose being together, okay? So like this is very special and romantic, obviously, but also it has a higher purpose. So this Nine of Wands energy, like just do it. It's going to be worth it, you know, to have that tough conversation. Or at least like it may be hard for you to like want to share your success, and you know, especially when you've succeeded yourself. You know, you want to enjoy it for yourself. I think we all kind of have that feeling too sometimes. But when you really love someone, you want to share it with them. So like maybe that's something you need to work on. It may not be a conversation. It may just be a matter of sharing your success. Being more open, paying more attention to them. There we go. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, your person is not cheating. There's no cheating. I get that from the Three of Wands being reversed. Like they're kind of hiding in the bushes or the leaves. And Three of Wands is like waiting for your ships to sail in to see how much money you've made. So it's basically like you were waiting on an answer to find out if they are cheating. No, they're not. But they're also not happy with like where your marriage is at, okay? That's another message coming from this card. Now I see this is their energy. I was surprised because there was like Nine of Pentacles, the Fool, and I was like, dang, you're in a good place. What are these coming? What are these? Now I understand. This is your partner, okay? They're in this energy. They're in this Four of Cups, Five of Cups energy. Four of Cups is feeling like you're in a rut. Not happy with what you have, not happy with what's being offered in your life. I'm getting like very like dark, cloudy energy from this. Five of Cups is disappointment. And I feel like the message here that I'm hearing is disappointment with oneself. They're disappointed in themselves. And it's self-created. And you can help pull them out of it. But yeah, they're definitely in a dark place. And I know, like, I feel like you feel like sunshine, and they feel like a big black cloud. And it's hard, like, for the sunshine to, because it's like two completely different energies. But like, you know, the sun is benevolent. That's the way I think of it. So you just have to tap into that. Yeah, and another message that just came through is like, you know, this reminds me of the sun, fire, right? And then it looks like it's being thrown in this pond. Don't think of it like you're going to lose anything. If anything, like benevolence creates more generosity from the universe. And trust me on that. That is a fact. That is a science of life. The possibility now for where your marriage can go. Four of Wands is the 1111 card, synchronicity, soulmates, twin flames. That's another reason why I believe that you guys are soulmates or twin flames. This came out reversed though. It's like this is a possibility for you guys to get on like equal footing. I think that if you could just kind of let them have some power in the bedroom, in life, look for the opportunities. They'll present themselves if you set the intention, okay? They want to feel better. They want some sunshine in their life too, you know. They want joy. And yeah, I mean, little dominant submissive roles in the bedroom, that would be nice. That's how you share energy, you know, when you have sex. So if you maybe let them have a position of dominance. I'm not saying that like you're giving your energy away forever, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's possible for you guys to have this like celebratory life, this perfect life. These came out reversed as well. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. So there's a possibility for a mental new beginning for your partner, and then a material beginning for both of you, so where you can both share in abundance. The more that you two can share your energy with each other, the more you can balance each other out. That's what I'm hearing here. Yeah, okay. So wanted to see if there was anything else. Black Tourmaline. Let's go back to that for a moment. Transmutes negativity. You may want to invest in this and put it under your partner's pillow or make them a necklace or something. Or maybe just, keep it in your bedroom or encourage them to use it. It transmutes negativity. It feels like this will transmute the black cloud. But you can also transmute the energy for your partner through energy exchange. But I definitely see why this was for your pile. Again, listen to that song. Vampire Weekend, White Sky. And numerology. We're going to do some, whoops. Oh, okay, I'm just going to take it. Numerology for you, okay? You can harmonize mind, body, and spirit. Yeah, this is a weird one. Let's just ignore that. If you can harmonize mind, body, and spirit together. Yeah. So, pay attention to the way that you're talking. Pay attention to the way that you're having sex. And pay attention to what your energy exchanges feel like. Make sure they're balanced. Make sure you're being generous. And then you'll see your relationship change. That's the mind, body, spirit aspect. To become more grounded. 4. You can ground this energy. And then you'll both be in a good place. And you can both be in this ready for the next adventure. Da, da, da. Feeling good, feeling light. Yeah, you have nothing to worry about. This is the 3 of Swords, came out reversed as the bottom of the deck energy. No, there isn't another person. Yes, your person does adore you. Just make sure you start adoring them more in the ways that I was explaining. Yeah, 3 of Swords reversed, you have nothing to worry about. You don't need to be heartbroken. Your person loves you. They're just in a dark place. Okay. 3. The Dravite, the stone for shadow side integration, our subconscious mind, also our darker aspects. A stone you may want to work with. But also, if you're new to stones, it's not really one to start with. It's pretty intense, okay? Just maybe look into it or something. Or plan on it for later. Or I don't know, maybe you're ready, so. I feel like I need to pull a few more cards. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Your song is Peaches and Cream by 112. And I feel like that is symbolizing that your partner needs more freakiness in the bedroom. Okay? Sorry to deliver this message to you, but they are unfaithful. But let's clarify this 8 of Cups here before I give you an additional message for that. Please. Oops. All 4? Okay. Temperance. Okay, they don't want this marriage to end. Kind of feels like it's up to you. Actually, yeah, I just heard that it's up to you, really. Try to be temperate. Try to balance your emotions. I know this is a heavy message, okay? I just saw the Temperance card. So, unfortunately, there is a third-party situation. Feels more physical, though, than emotional. Feels like your person is a freak. In the sense of like the sexual nature. They're possibly not fulfilling those desires with you, it feels like. Maybe only for some of you, actually. That's why that message is coming in. I don't want to give you advice on that because I know this is a heavy message. So for this Eight of Cups, I wanted to clarify whether you should walk away or whether the marriage is going to end. This is the card of walking away. But your person wants to walk away from this third-party situation or situations, it feels like, actually. I'll show you why. Because they don't want to lose you. You can see the image in the card. It's like he's holding her and she wants to walk away. So just try to tap into that temperance. Okay, good, it's still right there. I saw that when I was clarifying. Try to keep yourself balanced. I know this is really heavy. Really, just, get mad about it, but maybe in private. Try to deal with it on your own and then, let the anger go and then try to, be balanced about it and try and think about it logically after you've processed these emotions. That's definitely a message for you. Actually, I'm super hot in my head right now, so I can feel that you're upset. And understandably, okay? This person doesn't want to lose you. They're just freaky. I actually wasn't sure if it would be tasteful to share that song with you, but then I feel like it's important. Maybe for you to kind of tap into your freaky side. I think your person, really needs that. Yeah, they were feeling like the guy here. They were feeling a lack of passion. They were fantasizing and they were looking at their own candle and it wasn't lit, which led them to this situation with, feels like multiple people. It feels like there's going to be two different groups of you, okay? For some of you, it's just one person, purely physical. For others of you, it's going to be multiple. I don't know if I should be even showing you the images. But I wanted to clarify why I felt like it was multiple for this card. For those of you where it's only one person, she feels very like a strong, dark energy who's gonna really cling on. Even though he's not into it emotionally. It feels like she's kind of draining power and energy from him. For those of you where it's multiple people, it's just purely sex. And it feels kind of greedy. But with not one person being a dominant energy, if that makes sense. They miss you. They feel bad about this. This is kind of how they see you. They're this guy and you're this woman. And you're beautiful. And it feels like you're very in harmony with the four elements and comfortable in your body. And it feels like they do worship you and love you. Like I said, it just feels like they have some freaky urges that aren't being fulfilled. They were feeling a lack of passion, which caused them to stray. For those of you where it's just one person, it's going to be more difficult to get them back. If that's what you decide. This is your decision whether your marriage lasts. That's very clear for all of you who chose this pile. But it's going to be harder so you're going to have to figure out if you are the person whose partner is only cheating with one person or if they're cheating with multiple. It's going to be easier if there's multiple. It feels like they're very into group sex, threesomes. Maybe check in with yourself, see if you're open to it. Or talk about it with them and see what their reasoning is behind it. These things are very complex. Sexuality is intertwined with creativity. It's the same chakra. So it's you think about how different artists are. That's how different sexuality and urges can be. So it feels like a conversation definitely needs to be had for all of you. Honest, temperate. Okay? I can't stress that enough. Get your anger out before you talk. Talk about it with your friends, whoever you trust. Get their perspectives too. Get their advice. Get the anger out, alchemize that anger, transmute that anger, change that energy, let it go, accept it, and then let it go. Okay, sorry. Accept it, feel it, let it flow, and then let it go. That's what I'm meaning to say here. Then get some advice from outside perspectives. I'd be happy to give you a reading as well. My information is below. Then talk to your person, okay? Because you don't want to be coming at them, yelling at them. That's like the wrong kind of spiciness that they want. But they do want you. They love you. With the Knight of Cups reversed, I want to clarify this energy too. Feels like they've taken on too much in life. They're feeling overwhelmed. They need an outlet. They were really stuck in their head about life and you, and this has just become their outlet, unfortunately. Instead of coming to you and talking to you, this is what they've done. That's what it is. That's why this came out. This is what they should have done. Knight of Cups. But another message that I'm hearing now is they felt like they couldn't. They felt like you wouldn't be receptive to hearing about it. I think it has to do with finances too. They're feeling kind of powerless in that arena, and they were worried that, you would get mad rather than be supportive. They would have wanted to come and talk to you if you would be vulnerable and open and receptive, but they just didn't feel like you were going to be in that energy for one reason or another. That was just one scenario that popped into my head that will apply for some of you. Yeah, they were trapped in their head. They felt like there was no way out. 8 of Swords. They weren't communicating with you. 8 of Wands, both reversed. Pay attention to 8s. You got 3 8s in your reading, okay? Whenever you see 8s, analyze how you're feeling, what you're thinking. 8s are being in the flow. It's like balance, flow energy. It's also like a transition point. It feels like that's where your marriage is. Between the 7 and the 9. Like 7 is good fortune. 9 is kind of like the ending or the final battle. So it's going to be your choice whether you want it to be the ending or the final battle. 7, 8, 9. This is the 8 of Swords and the 8 of Wands that came out reversed for you. Okay. It's heavy. I think that's all the messages, though, for you. Dravite. I see why this stone was for you. Your person has a shadow side that they are, let's just say, exploring with someone else because they feel like they can't with you. Yeah, I think that if you want this to work, you're going to have to tap into your own shadow side, is what I'm feeling. And I think you might be surprised with what you may be into that you can explore with your partner if you choose to stay. I understand this is tough. Yeah. Also, maybe your shadow side, it can be a little too focused. For some of you, this is just a message for some of you on money and stability and finances, which is inhibiting your partner's ability to speak with you freely and then causes them to run off. Not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that this is what's happening. Okay. One final message. The dice numerology. 1 and 6. This is your 2 choices. This is how I'm reading it. You can either leave and decide to go it on your own, focus on your individuality, or you can address the karma of the shadow self in your marriage. If you have any questions about shadow self or shadow side, feel free to ask me. Also, you can research Dravite. You can research shadow self and spirituality on Google. A lot of people find outlets for their shadow self through sexuality, through darker passions, through darker explorations of sexuality. So this could be a journey for both of you through sex. And then also, I think it would lighten up your personal life. You'd feel safer together, safer to talk to each other. So it's your choice. Yep, there you go. There's your reading. I hope this helps. 4. Got the Hypersthene heart. This balances out your emotions. It brings head and heart together more harmoniously. I used to wear this as a necklace, but they say that, this might be a message for you, if you wear a stone around your neck, like I do, when the stone falls off, it means that its medicine has been absorbed. It's like the job has been done. Yeah, this feels really good to hold. The last reading was very heavy, so I'm just gonna rub this for a second. Your song is My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. Definitely a song with some messages for you. Got a very romantic love in your marriage, my friend. Let's see what's going on. Okay. So let's, jump to another energy here. Keep in mind, there's going to be many different energies here. Listen to that song. Tap into the love that you have for your person has for you. It's very romantic. The fact that it's a Celine Dion song, I mean, it's one of the most romantic musical artists out there, okay? Especially the lyrics in that song. Jumping to another energy, though. Looks like your partner is unfaithful. They're very emotionally clouded with the 7 of Cups. And you got the Lovers, which there's 2 people in this besides. I'm just going to show you. I mean, you came here for answers. I always feel hesitant to. But this is what confirms that there is infidelity. Because this is emotional confusion. This is what their confusion has led them to. And then instead of there just being 2 lovers, there's 3. So I see this as you. This is their other person. I feel like you are a little more timid sexually, and this person is very just like open based on the images. You can see her nipples. She's wearing lingerie that exposes them. You can see them here. And then, she's kind of more crouched. It's no excuse. Don't get me wrong. I'm just reading the messages here, okay? They feel like you aren't over an ex, which I feel is true. Now, it doesn't mean you necessarily still want them or love them, but it means that their energy is lingering with you. The trauma that you experienced with them is still with you, and they can sense that, which is partly what led them to this infidelity. Again, not agreeing with it, just giving you the messages, truth. So this is affecting your marriage. I think this is something that you need to address, something from your past. It could even be from childhood. It could be from childhood traumas, but I'm thinking it's more of an ex, someone that you were with romantically. It could be your parents, could be one of your parents. something has made you very intelligent and cunning. Like, you've survived a lot of trauma, which I think has made you very smart, but it's also like kept up boundaries. Like, you keep up boundaries because you don't want to get hurt again. But it's, you know, it's preventing you from opening up. Now I'm seeing the message from this image. And this person, it kind of feels like they're like really open. Maybe too open. I don't know. Also, your partner feels like they can't talk to you because, like, you're very biting with your words. Like, you're quick on the defense. And they wish you'd just be more receptive and open. This affair feels like with one person is keeping them up at night. It's driving them crazy is what I hear. Nine of Swords is, in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, it's like someone who's up at night with their thoughts, they can't sleep, it's driving them nuts. They are overindulging with this person. I feel like intense, overly lust as an outlet. And also because they don't feel like they have this 10 of Pentacles with you. This is like abundance. You know, it's like open sexuality with fruit. So I'm getting two messages off of this. They want this with you. They just don't feel like you're open enough to it. You're not open enough with them. You can be too harsh with your words, is what I'm hearing for them. Okay? Not a personal judgment, just the messages coming through. It's kind of funny because, like, I'm sorry, not funny, but very telling. I keep, like, making it a point to let you know I'm not personally judging you. I am really not, by the way. But I've been feeling the need only with your pile to continually say that. Because I can feel that energy coming from you, and I didn't even realize until now. Which is why I was saying it's funny. Not like, haha, funny. You know what I mean, right? I hope you do. Okay. So, your choice. You're another pile where it's your choice whether this succeeds or not, because this is another pile where your person really loves you, but they're just not being faithful for various reasons. This is the energy you're going to have to tap into if you want your marriage to continue. It's really up to you. But I do believe that it will help you soften. I think you do need to soften. You do need to work through your traumas of the past, whether it's exes or your parents. I'm feeling like for some of you it's both. I think this marriage will help you work through all of that, become more feminine, you know, embrace your femininity more, whether you're a guy or a girl. And it's possible to have it all with this person if you can work through this. It really is driving them nuts. Not in a good way. They feel really bad about it. They just can't seem to control themselves. So, let's read this card. Justice. One of the major arcanas. One of the major cards of the deck. Okay. Justice. Meeting. The Sword of Power. To obtain love, you must give something in exchange and pay the price for errors of the past. Wow. I just think that's a very beautiful energy to end with. Let's read it again. Justice, meeting, the Sword of Power. To obtain love, you must give something in exchange and pay the price for the errors of the past. I feel like this is really for both of you. Like, for you, you need to be open to talking about your traumas of the past with your partner, working through them. Or in whatever way you feel called to work through them. And then also, you know, try to be more vulnerable, not leading with your intellect. This is how you can address the past, you know? And you can be more giving to your partner if you're willing to talk about it with them, which will help you to obtain love from them, and on their part, to obtain love from you. You know, they're going to need to be honest about their infidelity and be willing to make up for it. This will take you out of this heartbreak energy. And I'm not only talking about your marriage, but I'm talking about your past, whatever hurt you in the past. This is the bottom of the deck energy for all of the piles. I see why Hypersthene Heart came out as your stone. For you, it's also a balance of the intellect and the heart. Like, this is a personal journey for you also in your marriage. It's the opportunity to do so. To not be overly emotional about things and not be overly intellectual about things. To find a balance between the two. I really highly suggest investing in a Hypersthene stone and holding it or sleeping with it under your pillow or meditating with it or just sitting with it. Necklace like I used to wear. Yeah. And your song was My Heart Will Go On. I really feel like I'm going to give you personal advice, which I haven't done for the other piles. I think you need to stick this out. Do your part. And then make sure your partner does their part. I think this is going to create a lot of spiritual, personal, evolutionary growth for you if you do, okay? Just listen to that song. It'll soften you up. I mean, how could it not? That's what I'm feeling. All right, final message. The dice. We're going to get some numerology for you too. So you got the 3 and the 5. Okay, now I'm reading the 3 it usually is mind, body, spirit. You can also talk about ascended masters like Buddha, Christ, etc. People who've completely mastered their energy, their spiritual energy. But for you, I'm seeing this as your mind is your intellect, your body is your heart, and your spirit is the connector. You just need to focus on that. That's your focus, okay? Make that your main focus. 5 is change and also challenge. I think this is your challenge for evolution. This is your challenge to harmonize mind, body, and spirit. The Hypersthene, that harmonizes mind and heart. I feel like the messages are just being confirmed here. So I'm happy to see that. And I wish you well. I wish you luck. I wish you good energy. I wish you growth. Okay. Bye.